Hello, this is Brenda Green, and I'd like to welcome you to Living in the Go. Today, I want to talk to you about budgets and why they can fail sometimes. You should know that your budget is the most important tool that you have in terms of helping your financial growth, your wealth. Everything that you need to get accomplished starts with a budget. Before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the button right now and subscribe. Also hit the notification button so that you'll see all the videos that I have in store for you this year. So let's get into it. So I think that there are four main reasons that your budget can fail. The first being that you're budgeting without clear goals. You're just putting money aside. You're not really sure how much you need for something. You haven't really done your research, because when you have goals, you know exactly how much you need to, let's say, to save for a house or to save for a car or to even pay for that house or car. You also need to have clear goals in terms of your retirement money, your children's education. So when you have those goals set and they're in place, it makes it a lot easier to try to put that budget together. You look at the money that you have, the money that's coming in, and you work with that. If you don't have enough money coming in, you also use that budget to determine if you need to go and get more income, another income stream, or reduce some of your expenses. But a budget helps you do that. And in order to do that, again, you need those clear goals. The second reason is forgetting your non-monthly expenses. You may decide you need to have your budget allocated for your house, your food, your bills, your utilities, and you don't think about those other things that come up. For instance, car insurance. If you pay it every month or if you pay it twice a year, those come due. And if you don't write that into your budget, then you can throw your budget off kilter. So make sure you're putting those non-monthly expenses in there as well. I mean, there's life insurance. I mean, even things like getting that extra coffee every week or going out to dinner and you don't put that in your budget. That can throw your budget into a tailspin. So make sure you put those non-monthly expenses in there as well. No budget for fun. That's the third reason. You have a budget that's so rigid, you can't do anything. If someone asks you to go out to the movies, you don't have the money for it because it's not in your budget. So you need to budget a little money in there for entertainment. That's what I call mine. A little fun money. Doesn't have to be a lot if you're really trying to hold the line, but you need something to help you with some kind of release. And the fourth reason, that you and your partner, if you're budgeting with a significant other, if you're not on the same page, if you're budgeting and you want to spend X amount of money for your housing and whatever, or clothing expenses, but your partner wants to shop every week, there's going to be a problem and the budget is going to be off, and you're going to argue, and all those things will just make it so terrible. You don't need to have that kind of aggravation. So when you're setting up your budget and you have a significant other, make sure that you're talking to them in terms of what specific things they feel that they must have in that budget. It'll make it more manageable and it will reduce those arguments that you'll have. Now, as always, I do have my beliefs. So again, with budgets, you don't want to go to the extreme. If you make it too rigid, nobody's going to follow it. It's not fun. You don't want to do it, and it might last 1 or 2 months. You need to have some flexibility with it. And you may need to try a few times, because if you put a budget together and after a couple of months you see that it's not working, that's when the flexibility comes in. Maybe adjust some things. Maybe you have too much money in one area and not enough in another. So fine tune it, so to speak, to make sure that it works for you. There are plenty of tools out there that you can use to help you with your budgeting. I like Mint.com. I've used it for years, and it really does a good job in terms of putting everything together. It gives me little reminders when things are due. And if I spend beyond what I budgeted for, it'll track it for me and give me a history in terms of what I've been doing wrong, and then I can make adjustments. So again, any kind of free tool will help you. You need to automate your bills if you procrastinate. If you wait to the deadline to pay a bill, or you're late, or you're mailing bills, there are some people who still do that. Automate it. That way you won't have a problem. You won't be late with your bills. You don't have to worry about being a procrastinator because it's already done for you. And as I said before, your budget needs to be flexible. It should be a living document. it shouldn't be so rigid that you put it together and put it on a shelf. No, take it off the shelf, dust it off a little bit. Make sure that it's still working for you. You may need to increase some things, move some things, add some things, take some things out. Your budget should be living and it should be flexible. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I want to thank you for your time and attention. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit that one too. We'll take everything because it's all feedback, but share it with your friends. Thank you so much and have a great day.